Hello and welcome to the astronomy update for October 28th, 2020. I've got some cool stuff today about the moon. NASA has announced there's water on the moon, and we have got some news from the spacecraft Osiris Rex that touched down on asteroid Bennu just last week. So some updates visually as well on that. So with the moon, let's just talk a little bit about water in space. So when it comes to life on Earth, water is pretty essential. We humans definitely need it to survive on a day-to-day basis, which I hope you're staying hydrated. And scientists like to think about how important water might be to life on other worlds. Would they use it in a similar way to us, or might they have stranger ways of surviving? NASA also likes to think about water and where to find it, because bringing it along on a rocket adds a lot of extra weight and makes it more difficult to travel across the solar system. So it's important to know where water is. We found water in some pretty interesting places throughout the solar system. It's found as massive hidden oceans beneath the icy moons of gas giants like Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus. And that's Jupiter's moon Europa on the left there. It's often found in the craters of moons and small planets like Mercury, hidden from the sunlight and completely frozen solid. So they never ever see sunlight. So it just kind of stays frozen in the dark. They found it in salty water, which has been detected beneath the polar ice caps of Mars and flowing beneath the surface in some places. We've also found it in the craters of the moon. Similar to how they were detected in Mercury, there are craters where there is never sunlight, and so there is frozen water there. But with many spacecraft that have orbited the moon, they've also been able to detect hydrogen, an essential component of water, all across the surface of the moon. But they weren't able to know if it's hydrogen in water or if it was hydrogen in some other chemical compound like hydroxide. Using the flying observatory, SOFIA, pictured here, scientists have determined that it is indeed water that covers the surface of the moon, albeit in very small amounts. It was seen in the large southern crater Clavius, located in that bright area near the bottom of the moon. It's not a ton of water. The Sahara Desert contains more than 100 times as much water per area than the moon does. But with this discovery, scientists now have to figure out how the water is even there. Does the moon create it? Is it brought to the surface from micrometeorites that slowly rain from outer space? We don't know yet, but it's exciting news for future moon explorers. There's a little bit of water out there for us. About a week ago, Osiris Rex touched down on asteroid Bennu, and it grabbed some of the asteroid to bring back to Earth. The goal was to collect about 2 ounces of the asteroid so that scientists would have enough to experiment on. Osiris Rex was even prepared to touch down 2 more times in case they didn't grab enough the first time. However, it seems like Osiris grabbed a bit too much, with some larger rocks keeping the collection device from completely sealing, allowing a little bit to drift away. You can actually see in this picture some of the material drifting out of the collection arm. It's estimated that the spacecraft went nearly 19 inches into the asteroid and collected a few ounces of material, greatly exceeding the minimum they needed. So the mission team has decided it was best to store the samples they have before it's lost. This process of storage will be completed over the next few days as they carefully lower this container arm into the storage device of the spacecraft. After the process is finished, Osiris Rex will begin prepping for its return journey to Earth, where it'll begin in March of 2021 and finish here on Earth in September of 2023. So greatly looking forward to that return and what we learn from it. Finally, a little bit of fun from NASA. They have shared some neat posters for Halloween, showcasing some of the spooky mysteries of outer space. The left poster imagines the web of dark matter that holds galaxies together as a spider's web, and the middle poster reimagines the stellar and planetary remnants of an old dead galaxy. My favorite poster is the one on the right, showing the collision of two dead stars colliding and creating a terrifying gamma ray burst to be seen all across the cosmos billions of light years away. You can find these posters and more available for free download in the NASA link I will provide in the comments. You can also find some of their previous exoplanet vacation posters for some of the strange worlds that have been discovered around other stars. So thanks for joining today for the astronomy update. We have shows regularly on Sundays at 3 p.m. and you can find more about what we're doing on our website at ellisharpmuseum.org. Otherwise, thanks for joining and